Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I firstly want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has supported my last video. I was overwhelmed with the amount of people that took the time to watch the video, like, comment and subscribe. It was absolutely amazing, so thank you so much for all of the lovely support that I received. It has really encouraged me to come back and do another video. I was a little bit hesitant this month because this month has been a very busy month for me at work, and the stitching that I did manage to get done, a lot of it I can't show because it was for Christmas gifts. So I've got a little bit to show you this month, but I will take some photos of the Christmas gifts that I have and I will include those probably in next month's video when the people that have received them have already got them, because there is a chance that a couple of them would watch this video and I don't want them to see the videos before, like see the gifts before they've actually been given them. So I just want to start, we're going to jump straight in, and I'm going to do something that the Steel City Stitchers do. I've been watching them quite a lot recently, and one of their things is they do their best new thing of the week, so mine will be the best new thing of the month. The first thing is all of you guys, your lovely comments and everything really did kind of encourage me on cross stitching. I don't really have anyone in my family that does cross stitching, my family and friends. I have a couple of colleagues who understand it because they do other embroidery, but they're not like interested in it, and it's been so nice to talk to people who really do like cross stitching and kind of being a little bit exciting really, because before it was just me stitching on my own and then post the finished products to Instagram. A couple of people in my family were like, oh that's gorgeous, that's lovely, but there was no like interaction, whereas since I've started the YouTube there has been quite a lot of interaction. It's I've been talking a lot more in Facebook groups and on people's videos, and it has been absolutely lovely. So my first favourite thing has been you guys, so thank you so much for that. My second thing is this DMC colour chart. So this is the swatch chart, sorry for the glare, which has actually got the swatches of thread in it, and this has been absolutely amazing because most of my projects I kit up for the actual project, so I will use the DMC colour, but I found a lot of the freebie charts on the internet, or the ones where it says choose your own colours, and I've been able to go through and say if it says a recommended 3865 and I don't have that, I can then see what the closest colour that I have would be to that. So I've been using this quite a lot for that purpose, and also for changing things around. So I've purchased a couple of Boffy thread kits that should be arriving very soon. I got them in the Black Friday sale, and I saw someone who had one of these who was actually working out which was the closest DMC and writing it down, so that way if she wanted to restitch the Boffy piece she could do it on a different fabric or on a different with the DMC colours, because obviously the kit comes with enough to do the piece, but sometimes I don't like the threads that come in a kit. I've never tried the Boffy ones, so maybe I will like them, but a lot of the kits that I've tried I haven't liked the thread for. So I'm going to see if I can match up some DMC colours, just so that way as well if I run out of thread I always have a backup. But I absolutely love this thing. I got this when I started collecting the DMC threads, and it came with my first, I purchased it with the first lot of threads, and I'd never really used it until now. I've been using it practically every time I start a new kit. If I don't have those exact colours, or if I'm not keen on a colour that it says, I've been looking at this to check that out. So that is my first new favourite. And then straight into my stitching, I have, as I said, I have two finishes that I can't show you yet because they are for Christmas presents. One will be going out at Christmas, one probably won't be until after Christmas when I actually see the person. So I will make sure I include those, but they will be posted on my Instagram. My Instagram information, Be More Creative, is listed down below. So if you would like to go over and check that out, I do show I need to get a bit better at showing things, but I do show a lot of things on there when they're actually finished. But I do have one finish that I can show you, and it is the Merry Mrs. Claus pattern from Stitching with the Housewives. So I am doing a December daily album this year, which I do every single year, but this year I'm going to try and incorporate some cross stitch into my album. So I've been looking for smaller patterns that I can include, and this is one of them. So she's all stitched up. I know the needle minder does not match the Christmas theme at all. The needle minder is actually from Craft & Co, and it's just a witching needle minder. I just grabbed the first needle minder off my thing, but there she is. I did have to change a couple of the colours. It asked for the DMC 304, which is the red, sorry, I'm just looking at the colour conversion as well, which is the red in her dress and her headband, and I didn't have that one, so I stitched it in 817. The next one I had to switch was this darker green. Now there's only a tiny little bit at the bottom here, that was 935, and I stitched that in 895. And the last one, 760, which is the colour in her cheeks there, and I ended up stitching it in 3712. So I absolutely love it. She's so cute, and she will fit into my album quite nicely. So this is a 6x4 piece of paper, so I can either fit her on a 6x4, or she will be slightly bigger than a 3x4. So it's quite nice that I can use these smaller pieces in my album, and they're quite quick. And I do have the pattern for Jolly Claus, which I will stitch eventually, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going to stitch him before Christmas or not, because I wanted to do Mrs. Claus first, because I mean everyone loves the stories about Father Christmas, but the stories I like and the films I like include Mrs. Claus, so I definitely wanted her into my Christmas album. So she didn't take me too long to stitch up. She was the only other finish that I had this month. I did go off track and do a lot of starting. The only other finishes that I have, I will show you the whole way through, but I made myself some project bags. Now they're not perfect. I have, most of mine have the final front, and then I made a couple which are fabric front bags, which I'm not sure if I have any here to show you. So yeah, what I did, let me just grab one. So I made a couple of Christmassy ones, and then I bought a couple of flowers off, a couple of fabrics off Spoonflower, and so yeah, so most of my project bags you will see this month have been made by me, which is why they're not excellent quality. So some will have the vinyl, and some I've just put a panel of fabric on the front as well, and I absolutely love both styles. So that is my only finish for this month. I then couldn't help it. I said I wasn't going to start anything new. Mrs. Claus was a new start and a finish. But I got off of filming last time and I showed you this pattern that arrived, the Jardin Privé Be Happy and Smile pattern. And I absolutely just, I couldn't help but start it. So I did, and I didn't get too far on it. This is how far I've got. So this is stitched on 16 count Chromatic Alchemy in Malva. It is a gorgeous bluey purpley tone. I'm not sure if it's showing up 100% on camera. That's pretty much accurate. It's like a lilac with light blues in it. And if I bring it a little bit closer, the needle minder is from It's Said What Cross Stick, and I absolutely love their store for buying needle minders. I did have to change a couple of the colours, so you'll see up here, where is it, if I show you the right spot, you might be able to see the snowflake there ever so slightly, but it doesn't really show up. That was stitched originally in the DMC Blanc that it asked for, but on my fabric it doesn't show up. It is normally meant to be stitched on a kind of a lighter brown tan fabric. I just wanted this fabric because I had it. It didn't fit any other pieces and it would fit this piece quite nicely, so I wanted to stitch it on here. So I changed the DMC Blanc for Ecru in her hat and the white of her dress, so it does definitely stand out on this fabric. But then I thought, well, you can't really do snowflakes in like a yellowy Ecru colour, it's not going to work. So I'm deciding whether I stitched it in 928 or 3756, so 2 shades of very light blue. I just need to test them out on this fabric. I was going to frog out that one snowflake, but I think I'm going to keep it there. It's actually showing up a lot more on camera when I move it closer than it is in real life. So that is how far I got on that one, and I have to say I absolutely love stitching this piece. I'm not sure if it's just because it's Jardin Privé and I love stitching Jardin Privé things. They just stitch up so nicely every time, and the Chromatic Alchemy thread that the fabric is absolutely stunning. So this is kept in this gorgeous project bag here with the cottages on the front, and this one even has a little pool thing, and this is because it's a little Christmas tree. I purchased this one from Not Enough Whip Bags. So that is how far I got on my Be Happy and Smile piece. I really want to get this one finished this month so I can include it in my December daily, which my December daily I may take it into January because I do want to include a lot of cross stitching, and I didn't have much time to do cross stitching, Christmas cross stitching this month, so I'm quite far behind. My next piece is my whip. I have 2 whips that I've carried over. Most of mine I have not worked on this month, so the ones that you saw last month, quite a few of them have not been done this month at all, but I did carry on stitching the spring Barnyard stack, which I showed last month, and I have got quite a lot of this done. I have done the full outline of the cow now, and I've done the outline of the grass underneath, so I need to fill in the grass, fill in the white of the cow. The brown's all filled in, however I did it when I didn't have the chart with me. For some reason I didn't put the chart back in my project bag, and I was cross-stitching with the students. We sometimes do a Wednesday night knitting circle, so they all do knitting and I sit and do cross-stitch, and I didn't have the chart with me, so I ended up just putting brown splodges wherever I wanted to on the cow. It looks actually very similar to the chart, it's just the middle section really that really does not match up at all, but as it's just doing the brown and then filling it in white, I thought no one's really going to notice. And then I did the outline of the grass. I've just got the chicken filling in the grass, the little green sprouts, and then I think I'm going to be done. I may put like a quote at the top because I'm not really stitching this for spring at all. I'm not going to do the series of these. It's just the fact that I liked this one with the chicken. So I'm going to cut off the flowers at the top. I don't think I'm going to stitch the butterfly. I'm not 100% sure. I may change it into a bee, so it's a little bit more kind of accurate towards me. The needle minder, the Frida Kahlo needle minder, is from It Said What on Etsy. Once again, I will list all these places down below. And this is stitched on Chromatic Alchemy 16 count in Cumalitis. I will put the name on the screen, I can't remember exactly, but it is this gorgeous blue with the cloud-like fabric. So hopefully this one will, I'm not sure if I'm going to be working on this one this month because I am going to focus on my Christmas pieces, but it is at a point now where I can just pick it up, and if I'm going to do the stitching with the others, I can just fill it in. I don't need to have the chart with me apart from the chicken, but the chicken won't take too long to stitch. And then I've done another project bag. So this one has got the dark blue flowers, and then the inside is keys. So that is my next whip. Now my next whip is the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Oh Dear. However, I think I put like 2 leaves in this. I am struggling with this. I don't know if it's because it's on 14 count by Aida. I don't know if it's just, I'm just not feeling it. I absolutely love the pattern. I think it's adorable. I cannot wait to stitch that little bunny. But I haven't even finished part 2, and it is now the stitch along is finished. Everything is up. You can see all the pieces. I'm just really not feeling this, and I'm quite new to cross stitch. I've only been stitching since August, and every piece that I've done, I've really enjoyed stitching and I've got it done. And I'm not sure whether, because I quite like the pattern of this. I'm not saying that it's not gorgeous. I think it is. I absolutely love it. I'm just not sure whether it's the fabric or it's just the time of year. I've got so many Christmas bits that I want to start stitching. I've got so many designs I really want to stitch. I'm not sure whether I should just put this one away and then maybe pick it up in January, or just when I fancy stitching it again, or whether to kind of force myself to keep going, because it is quite an easy stitch. It's something that doesn't take too much effort, but there's just something with it that I'm not reaching for it. I've kitted up 3 different things that I want to start in the new year, and this one just doesn't spark me joy like the others are. I mean, the Jeanne Privé one, I'm fighting to put it back down. The spring Barnyard stack, I'm so close to the end of that, I'm kind of just wanting to stitch it just to finish it off now. But this one, I just don't know what it is about it. So what do you do when you guys are struggling with finishing a project? Do you just put it to one side and just wait until it comes back? Do you say, well, it's not for me, and put it down? What do you do? Because I want to get it finished at some point. I'm just not feeling it at the moment. And I have also got the autumn tree that I haven't even started on. So I am, like, seems to be collecting them, but I just cannot stitch on this at the moment. So some advice. What would you guys do for this? Would you give it a rest for a little while? What do you do if you have something you just can't stitch on? So the next things are haul / future plans. So I saw on Brimble Stitches, I believe that's the YouTube name, Nicola. She was collecting the Blackbird anniversaries, which I've seen so many people stitching, and they're gorgeous. And I was like, I would really love to have like a project like that for the year. I love the Blackbird anniversaries, but it's all about kind of your family history, your partner's family history. I don't have a partner, I'm still single. So I was looking at it going, that's not going to work. So I started looking, because I've never stitched Blackbird designs, I was looking at them and I was like, well, they have got some other gorgeous patterns. And then I found the Loose Feather series, which is right up my alley. It's got birds, it's got plants on it, it's got a couple of houses, which I do love to stitch the houses. So I ended up going on and I bought the 9. So this is the first one that I'll be starting with. It's Spring Fever. And I love the fact that this one, I don't even have to change the letter, because the letter stitched on there already is B, but it does come with the alphabet on the back. I'm not going to take some of these out of the packet, because I've already got the floss that I need for them, thread, sorry, that I need for them in it. The Light Upon the Lawn is the second one. She Sights a Bird, which is a gorgeous alphabet one. I've never actually stitched an alphabet sampler, so I'm looking forward to that. All the Hills Echoed. And I ended up getting these because it was on sale, and I thought, well, there's 9 of them. I was a little bit worried that they might go out of stock. So the next one is Sing a Song of Seasons, and that one is number 5. So I thought, I get them now, and then I did buy some in October, some in November, and then some at the start of December, so I didn't buy them all at the same time. Pleasure of Fleeting Year. This one I have to say is one of my favourites. I love the peacock at the front. Hear the Crickets Sing. The Summer Beaming Forth. Yeah, this might actually be my favourite. And then The Last Ripe Berries with this gorgeous bird. So I picked up those and I was trying to work out which fabric I wanted to stitch that on, and I ended up going with, of course, once again, a Chromatic Alchemy one, because I am absolutely obsessed with their fabric. I love their customer service. Chromatic Alchemy, however, is hands down my favourite. I've placed a couple more orders which should be coming in, but I picked up their 16 count June and I got a huge piece. This is 26 by 36 because I can't even unfold it all. It's not going to fit on camera, but it is this gorgeous brown, tan and slightly orange fabric. I'm not sure if you can see the mottling in there, but this fabric is stunning. Oh, the other place is Stitchery Designs. I absolutely love their fabric. I've got an order that should be arriving quite soon, so I'm looking forward to that. But yes, so that is the Chromatic Alchemy Dune colour, and I absolutely love this fabric. Looking forward to starting this one in the new year. So that is going to be my 2021 year-long project. Hopefully I'll get it done in 2021, but we will see. If it goes into 2022, that's fine. And it is in this project bag that I made. This is Tula Pink fabric. It is the green unicorn fabric. I absolutely love this one. I then have some more haul. So a lot of this stuff that I ordered did not come in yet because I'm filming this on the 3rd of December, and I did purchase some new stuff in the Black Friday sale. I got some fabric from 123 Stitch because I really love the Witch Out really soft fabric and it's difficult to get in the UK, so I placed an order there. I also got some charts from there as well. I did place an order with Tiny Modernist. All of the patterns I got were PDF, so I haven't had a chance to print those out yet, and I got the stuff that I'm about to show you. So I ordered an order that came in recently from 123 Stitch. I got a couple of different charts that I really wanted to try. So this one I just thought would be adorable. This is a Fronty Ritter Designs, and it is the 2020 Rudolph. I'm still going to say it's Rudolph, it's reindeer, but it's Rudolph wearing a mask. I just thought this would be quite funny in my December album. It matches what we've had this year. I could cross stitch this quite quickly because it is 28 by 28 stitches, so it is really quite small. I'm not sure if I'm going to, I will pick out colours that match this, but I may change the colours in here because a lot of these, it is DMC, but I already know I don't have all of these colours, so I may just decide to do it in colours of my choice, but we will see. I then picked up a couple of the different Waxing Mood designs. So I picked up the Bittersweet Trio. I absolutely love this one. They are quite small designs, each of them, so I thought they would be quite nice to just stitch up because I don't really have many autumn pieces. I then picked up their Winter House Trio. Sorry. I absolutely love those. I know they have quite a few different like house trios. I just picked up the winter one just to see how they stitch up. And then I got the Santa Trio, of course, once again for my 2020 album. And the main reason I got this is I love this little guy in the chimney. Absolutely love him. I quite like the one with Rudolph as well, but he was the one that took my fancy, and these were on sale at the time I ordered them. Waxing Moon was one of their featured like weekly sales a couple of weeks ago, so I picked up 3 of their charts. I also have been obsessed with the blue flower, so I showed you a chart last month which I've kitted up, and that is all ready for me to start I've got hopefully a week off work over Christmas, just starting from like the 20th of December. So I'm really hoping that I will be able to get a lot of my stitching for my December daily done, but also start that last blue moon that I showed you. And then I got this one, which is the Halloween Parade, which I just think is absolutely gorgeous, and I love the look of her charts. I've been looking at the other one. It looks like it would be nice and simple to stitch, so I think that was really cute. And then of course a Jean and Brevet, I got the Be You Just You pattern, which I'm really looking forward to working on this one. So those are what I picked up from 123 Stitch. I then, as soon as it came out, had to pick up the Autumn Lane Autumn Town. They've been showing this on their Flosstube channel, so I'll link all their information down below. Definitely go and check out their Flosstube. I cannot wait for the next episode because I'm really hoping they show this finished piece. Now this has actually been stitched up by Cassandra from Autumn Lane, and she's done an amazing job, and also the finishing of this is absolutely gorgeous. So they've been showing this, I think September, October was like the first kind of time I really saw it. I'm not sure exactly when they started showing it, but ever since then I've been stalking their Etsy. And I was literally, went on, checked their Etsy store, and it just popped up suddenly, and I was like, that's mine. So I did pick this up. However, I have not had the time to start stitching this, and I just want to start, but I know I need to take the time with this one and sit down because it is quite a big piece, and I don't want to just start it and then get lost stitching other things. So I'm planning to have this, I was going to do it on my week off, and then the Steel City Stitchers, when I watched their video yesterday, announced that they're going to be doing a sale of this starting on Boxing Day, the 26th of December. I was like, brilliant, I've got the 26th of December off. This is going to be my Boxing Day plans. I am hopefully not going to be doing much else because Christmas this year is going to be quite difficult. I don't think I'm going to be able to go home and see family. So I'm planning on stitching this beautiful piece, and I have been debating what fabric to do, but I think I've decided I'm going to just stitch it on a plain piece of green fabric. This is 18 count Zweigart Aida in Sage Green, which I was debating because all of the green in the background is not stitched. That's the colour of fabric. I obviously can't get the fabric, it would cost too much to ship it that they've actually used. So I think I'm just going to, I had this one in my stash. I ended up picking out 3 different options. This, a darker green, and then a Chromatic Alchemy. I think it's called Eden, but the piece I had was just like a ready to stock piece. And my piece has quite a lot of pink and orange in it, which I thought could work. But I think because it has so many like fancy variegated stitching in here, I think I just need the plainer fabric. So I haven't quite decided on my floss yet. I could go with the fancy floss, but I'm actually thinking I might either go with Drudgery Designs thread that I've already got, or I may do it in the... So I've just been cut off by my camera once again, and I'm not sure how much you actually missed. So this is going to be my plans for the 26th of December. I'm going to be joining their stitch along, and this one is in a beautiful bee fabric. I got this from Spoonflower once again. They did a fat quarter sale, and I picked up quite a few different fat quarters of fabric that I've been having my eye on. So this has just got the bee on the outside and the checkered yellow fabric on the inside, final front. But I absolutely love that. Cannot wait to stitch that one. While I was on there, I had to also pick out the Moons Out, Brooms Out pattern. I'm just waiting for the fabric to come in for this one. But this I cannot wait to stitch as well, but this will be a next year stitching one. It won't be stitched this year. I also found this one on Sassy Girl Instagram. I will link her Instagram down below, as well as her Flosstube channel. and this is the 2020 Pandemic Sampler, and I saw this, I absolutely loved it. I've never done a sampler, so I was like, this one looks quite fun. It doesn't have all the alphabets, which is kind of what puts me off a sampler, if I'm being honest, most of the time. So I've picked up, this was free on her Instagram, but she invited you to make a donation to a charity. So I regularly make a donation to my local charities, so I just added a little bit extra this month. And that is my 2020 Pandemic Sampler, which I'm actually going to be stitching in 2021. But I don't see the harm in stitching it in 2021. I don't think it relates anything to COVID at all, but it's still just a lovely sampler, and I don't really want to be stitching things that relate to the pandemic in a kind of way that I've been stitching things this year, like the toilet paper ones and other stuff. But this is just absolutely gorgeous, so go and check out her Instagram and YouTube. I will list all of that down below. I have a couple more things. I did pick up the Mr. X Stitch guide of cross stitch. I just really wanted to check this out. A lot of people had said it. I wanted to find out about more fractional stitches on Aida, which this does cover, but it also has quite a few adorable patterns in it. I love this squirrel, the Mona Lisa, and then you have a colour one. But overall, this is, I've just started reading it. It's a really good book, and I would recommend that you guys check this out. And the last thing, my favourite things of all time are needle minders. And I have way too many. I've started collecting them. But then I discovered a new shop that I'm absolutely obsessed with, which is called Mind Your Own Stitches. So they come beautifully wrapped in this tissue paper. And sorry for the noise. So they come beautifully wrapped, and they're on these cards, and this one says breaking news, I don't care. I thought that was so cute. And the buttons on the back are all fabric coated, so that is her information. So that's the first one I got. I then got this gorgeous floral moth. I got the Equality mug. Who Run the World Goals. This one I got because it has got a lot of memories in it. Some of my colleagues know about the seagull story. And then I got this one, Harry Potter related. I love Harry Potter. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live, and the mirror of Erised. So I did say in my last video I would show you how I store mine. I just have this photo frame that I've actually picked off eBay. It's I think it's 7x8 photo frames. I just put magnetic backing in there, and then I just stick them on. So if it's the ones where they've got just 2 magnets, then it just sticks on straight away. If they have, like these ones down here, where they have a backing that isn't magnetic, I just stick it next to the needle minder. So this is my collection. I do have quite a few that are on current whips or that have been kitted up, because when I kit up a project, I also kit it up with the needle minders as well. This is the only one I made. This I got from the Coin Club, and this is a thank you 50p with all of the kind of key workers, NHS. It was part of the COVID-19 fundraising they did, so I did pick that up and I did turn it into a needle minder. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add these on, and because the buttons on these ones are covered, I'm just going to put it next to it. So that way all I do when I peel them off and want to use them, where did I just stick that one? Here. You just take them off the backing. So yeah, that is what I do. Nice and simple, and it means that I can have them on display because I seem to be collecting them quite frequently, but I can also use them, and I do actually wear these as pins as well, so they kind of have 3 uses. I use them on all of my sewing projects, whether it is actually cross stitch, embroidery, if I'm just generally sewing, or I've also started using them to hang up pieces of paper. If I'm like looking at something for work, I have this metal board behind my desk and I just pin things up there. And rather than using those boring magnetic pins, I've now started using these. So it's actually multi-use projects. But yeah, so I've been using these for that. So for my embroidery, my sewing, pinning up pieces of paper. Sorry, I'm putting these up at the same time. Then I've been using them as actual pins to wear and then on my display. So I have been obsessed with collecting needle minders. I only started collecting them in August this year and I have this plus 10 more. So I have quite a few. But let me know where you like to collect your needle minders from, if you use them. If you don't, obviously fair enough, but if you've seen any that you really like the look of, that you think I should check out the shop, especially if it's a UK shop. I will shop elsewhere, but I like to support local businesses. So if you have any idea, please do let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am really hoping it did actually record the whole way through, because I only noticed towards the end that it cut off. But yeah, so I have a lot of stitching plans and I will see you probably just after Christmas. I may try and put a video up before if I have a lot of work done on my December daily to show you the progress, because that will include stitching related stuff. But yeah, so if I don't see you before Christmas, have a wonderful holiday and I hope everyone stays safe. Enjoy your time. Happy stitching, guys. Bye guys.